Hello and welcome to another tarot deck flip through video. So I'm going to do a couple of videos back to back. This one where I'm going to flip through the deck we see on camera here, and then the second video will be a flip through of a book. So these will go out on my Wednesday and Thursday slots during the week. So let's just pull off the lid and I'll talk a little bit about this. So if you haven't seen this version of it, this is published by Rider Books. So you get this rather nice, whatever you want to call it, presentation box. You can see mine's quite well worn now. I've always kept it in here. Then you get a sort of cheat sheet, I suppose, for the Celtic cross layout. And then we have a nice book called The Key to the Tarot, which I'll just quickly flip through so you can just see the layout here. I think there might be a table of contents. Yeah, so there's a bit of a sort of description of various aspects of the symbols, and then in effect actually it goes through the deck twice because there's a sort of symbolic analysis, and then there's I suppose you would call it like a divinatory breakdown of the cards, I suppose. So yeah, there's a bit more sort of descriptive text in the first section, and then when you get on to the second section, yeah, there's a bit more. You can see here. You get to the end, and I think there's just a little section on card readings. Now, as I've said in previous videos, over the years I've become more interested in just the symbolic nature of tarot decks generally, but also its use as a sort of, self-exploration tool. So to meditate on the cards. So one possible way you can use this is to shuffle the deck up, pick a card for the day, and meditate on the card. So I'm going to just get this out of the box, and then I'll do the flip through. I'm going to do the flip through silently so we can appreciate the artwork. I think the first time I got exposed to this deck was at school. A friend of mine who was very interested in, I suppose what you would call it is like arcane knowledge. He had a tarot deck, and also I think he would regularly purchase those almanacs. Is it Old Moore's Almanac in the UK? I think that's the one. Has all the various tables in it and predictions. And I think he was also interested in like folk histories and stuff like that. Anyway, he bought a version of this deck in. It was actually very similar. The Rider Waite deck with the cards designed by Pamela Colman Smith. And I just was struck by how lovely the artwork was, and probably at that point, generally that got me interested in cards, decks, and it's carried on to this day. It's then expanded out from just tarot cards into, well, as you know from the channel, Magic the Gathering cards, all manner of different cards that I just really enjoy. So let's have a flip through of this deck. Just look at so we've got a sample card really that acts as a deck description. just to remind you exactly what this deck is, and then on the flip side you get to look at the back design on the card. And of course I won't do it, but all the cards have that on them. And then a nice little biog in this deck about Pamela Colman Smith. And then we get into the cards. So I'm going to just flip through these silently so we can appreciate the artwork. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed a flip through of this particular tarot deck and its classic artwork. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.